Alright, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making a big pot of chicken stock, something I haven't done for quite a while. So I've never made chicken stock in my professional cooking career, but I was a production chef for a number of years, in which I made all the sauces and gravies and things like that. Actually, we didn't have any gravies there at that place. It was a fine dining place. But we did have a demi-glace, veal bone demi-glace. That's a 36-hour stock. And I made that, at least a half a dozen times or more. And I've been kind of considering making that here at home on a much smaller scale. I'd have to get veal bones and all the rest and refresh my memory on the recipe. I actually don't have the recipe for that 36-hour demi-glace, but I could find one pretty quick. But today I wanted to make a big chicken stock because chicken stock can be used for a lot of things. But mostly I want to make some chicken gravy, some chicken cream gravy eventually. But today we're going to make the stock. So yesterday I bought all these lovely drumsticks. I like these Foster Farm drumsticks. Usually I would take the skin off of these if I were going to be, barbecuing them or whatever, or fried chicken. But I'm going to go ahead and leave the skin on, and I'm going to be baking these in the oven in the old cast iron skillets. It's really good to use your cast iron for baking things that are going to put out some fat, because that will just help to, it'll be good for the seasoning. It'll actually add seasoning. And we're going to do the stock in this old aluminum pan. I think this was originally a pressure cooker that my grandmother had. Just looking at the edge here, I would say it was a pressure cooker. I don't normally use aluminum, but I will use it for this, for making my beef stock, because it's the biggest pot I have. Well, actually it's not the biggest pot, but I'm going to go ahead and use this. So I'll need to start cutting up my mirepoix. I'll need to peel some garlic, and as the chicken is coming out of here, we're going to drop some of it in there, not all of it, and I'll take some of the meat off of the chicken after it's cooked. But what I need to do, cooking it in these pans in the oven, I need to save the drippings, and I'll also probably have to add some butter to that as well. So it'll probably bake for a whole hour at about 350 or so, and this stock pot will take quite a few hours to do today, but I got plenty of time and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Okay, there we go. We got we can only fit 2 pieces of drums in there, drumsticks, but we've got 7 pieces in the big one, and I've added some butter in both of those because I want that butter to melt and to mix in with the chicken drippings that we're going to get. And before we do that, we will cover these both up with tin foil, at least for a while. So the only seasoning I'm going to give these right now is going to be some white pepper. I got ground white pepper. And look at the opening on that. It's got humongous holes. You have to really be careful that, look at that. It's just coming out of there like no other. So you just got to really be careful. Alright, there we go. Just a little bit. I maybe should have actually used my just black pepper, but we got it on there. Alright, so it's going to take about an hour, and we'll get that in the oven. And in the meantime, I'll get started on making my mirepoix. Alright, it's been a whole hour since the chicken went in the oven, and boy howdy and hot dog, my house is smelling good. So let's go pull it out and see what it looks like. I have my mirepoix all ready, onion, carrot, and celery, and there's also 4 cloves of garlic in there. Alright, wanted to see where my oven was holding at. It's a little bit low, 350, so I might need to turn it up. Alright, there's number 1 and number 2. Alright, pull our foil off. Oh, look at all the liquid in there. A lot of that's going to be water, so we'll need to keep our covers off now. And I don't know if it's done, so I'm going to grab, I got a couple of pocket thermometers that chefs use, and I must have a half a dozen more of these things around. It doesn't look like, they look like they're both about the same. So we'll go ahead and stick this one in here and check it out. All right, that is like 170. That's 170 degrees, and that's more than perfect for chicken. So we'll do this one here. And it's not quite as hot. It's about 160. I definitely want to put them back in because I want some of that liquid to get out of there. Or the water, there's water in there, I can see it. And I want that to disappear. That one's like 170. Anyway, we'll put them back in uncovered and let them go a little bit longer. All right, it's 20 minutes later and I don't want to cook my chicken too long. I know it is at temperature. It's over temperature now. There we go. Didn't really get all the water out of there that I wanted it to, but we're going to cook some more. We're going to cook the last of the chicken. And it will take, well, that one did. That one didn't have much water in it at all. So now we need to pull this out and put it in something like this handy dandy little thing here. There we go. All right, there we go. I can't tell you how good this smells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take and pull some of the meat off of some of these bones, and then of course the bones will go into the pot because we do need to get that started. But first, let's go ahead and load our 2 skillets back up. There we go. There's a lot of water in this one here. I can see it's not so much oil. I don't believe I'll put any more butter into this because that will add more water to it. I should have put clarified butter in there, but I didn't have time to make clarified butter. Again, a little bit of this white pepper on there. Not too much. No salt. By the way, I should have mentioned that before. I'm not adding any salt to any of this. So we won't cover this one up. And we'll just go right in there. I did turn my oven up just a little bit. All right, here we go. The last of the chicken is going to get baked off. And it's probably going to take about an hour and 20 minutes. So next chore to do is to start stripping some of this chicken off the bones. As you can see, it's really easy. It's really delicious. So we'll get as many bones in there as we can, and we need to get water in that and get it filling up. The skin I'm going to put in here like that. Well, what am I doing? I'm putting the meat. I want to save the meat for the most part. So that of course has some meat on it. There's the skin. Saving the meat because this is going to be my dinner when I do get around to getting the gravy made. Alright, so we won't do all of these. They are really hot, and that's why I'm wearing gloves. It's burning my fingers. There we go. That is all the bones. Alright, we got some lovely chicken meat to save for dinner once we get this all done. I'm probably going to have to finish this up tomorrow and maybe make the gravy. Very good. All right, let's get hot water in there. All right, finally our stock pot is going. There we go. It's going to be really good. It's going to take probably at least 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, which will give me time to eat some of this delicious chicken. All right. Well, we'll come back in about an hour and have a look at it. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. My water has came up to boil. I did, by the way, put in some of the ground white pepper, not too much. And I'm hoping to get enough out of this to fill up this quart jar right here. And maybe I'll get a little bit more, I don't know. But we just gotta sit and wait and let this boil. And like I said, I probably will finish this tomorrow. I'll probably refrigerate it overnight and then reboil it again and so forth and so on. Okay, it's been an hour. The chicken has come out and the stock pot's been boiling for an hour. And it's went down just a little bit. I'm gonna let it boil for 1 more hour. So unfortunately, not quite getting all the drippings that I want to out of the chicken. I was hoping for a little bit more. It's just a little bit less than I would like, but we'll make it work somehow. We'll make a roux out of what I can get and maybe add some butter to it.